Good day, Raptors. Welcome back to the channel, and today we are doing part 2, and we are going to part 2 of Basics to Pro, and we're going to be doing moving objects with raycasting. So just to give you a sneak preview of what we're doing, you can see a normal object block, and I can pick it up and also drop it. So that's what we're doing in today. So open up your project and let's get into it. In the previous video we made 2 scripts. One is the player movement and the other one is player look. So I want you to open up player look, opening my notes. And while that is fast and easy. Okay, first off we have to make a few variables. One in the public variable, that would be our public layer mask, and we're just going to call this ray mask. And basically what that is everything that's going to be in that mask, and with a tag named something will be able to be picked up or being dropped. Everything else cannot be picked up, doesn't matter if it has everything else. So in the private variables, let's add the first private variable, and that would be our Raycast hit function, and we just call it hit. The next one is going to be a transform, and that is, I'm just going to call it current transform. And the last variable that we're going to need is a float, and that is going to be the length. Okay, so the next thing we have to do is add a new void. That's going to be a void awake, capital A. So that is before anything starts up, the system has to go awake, and everything that you want to load there has to be in awake. So what we want to do there is we want to get the cursor, the middle point basically of the camera. So it will be cursor dot plot state. It's going to be equal current of cursor cursor lock mode dot plot. Okay. Next thing that we want to do is we want to create another variable, another void. I'm going to call it down here. So it's going to be void This is going to be pickup object. So all our scripts is going to come in here because this is going to be continue calling in the update, because we don't want to just put all of our code into the void update. It will look unneat, and at the end of the day you're going to find nothing. So we're just going to call it here pickup object. Okay, this will call every update. So things that we have to do in the pickup object is going to be first the mouse. So the buttons that's going to be clicked when you pick up the object, well, when you want to pick up the object. So we're going to go with the if statement. If physics dot if input dot get key down, and the key we want to get is key code dot mouse 0. And that, I hate when it does that. And in the next thing, we want to try to see if the object that we want to get has physics applied to it. So what we're going to do, we're going to do if statement. So if physics dot Raycast transform dot position, comma transform dot forward, comma out it. That would be our variable that we created, comma a length of 10 units if the object's 10 units from the camera middle point. And the last thing going to be comma gray mask, also an object that we made. Gray mask. Close those two brackets. So if it finds the object, then we have to check if the object that we have shoot the Raycast to has a tag, so another if statement. So if hit dot transform dot tag equals, then you're going to put in the name of the tag there, and we'll do the tag's name right now. Then we want to go and set a new transform. So set new, sorry, not set. I've missed something. Ah, I know what I've missed. We'll leave that open for now. I'll show you a little bit later why. So all of that is done where we've got the object now. So now we want to put up the keys to drop the object. The value is just to pick up object. Now we're going to put the keys in to drop object. And that code is a little bit simpler. So we're going to start off with an if statement again. So if input dot get key down and key is going to be key code dot mouse 1. So if that is pressed, then if that is pressed, then we're going to leave it open for now, and I believe that is all for now. You can hear, yeah, that is all for now. We'll add these two a little bit later on. First I have to create them. So after you did that, we have to create another void, but this is going to be a public. So public void, it's going to be the set new transform. And in the brackets we want to create a transform. So transform, and we just call it new transform. Easy as that. And I believe we can, yeah, let's do that now. We can, before we forget, go back up to the picking up of our object, and now we can go and say set new transform, and in the brackets we're going to put in hit dot transform. We're getting that object's transform. So now back in set transform, this is going to be basic. So if current transform is full, yeah, full, we just want to return so we don't get errors later on. Okay, and now to the coding part. So current transform is equal to new transform, and length. So the variable that we made up there, we're just setting the object's transform to that transform just to make it easier. Of course, we're going to do get the variable of the float length is equal to vector3 dot distance, and in brackets we're going to say transform dot position comma new transform dot position. Okay, and the last thing is well, before I do the last thing, we have to actually go back into Unity, and I want you to go to your scene view and I want you to create a cube, a 3D cube, like anywhere in the scene, and scale it down to 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, and the only things that you have to add here is a physics and rigid body, and here you have to create is kinematic. I'll show you now in a second why. Okay, bring it down. Okay, so yeah, that's all. Go back, jump back into the code, and what I want to do is I want to give an object physics, but I don't want to be that. I don't want physics to continue updating. So what we're doing is, if an object's on the ground, the physics is going to be kinematic. But if the object's been picked up, being dropped, then it's going to be kinematic, not kinematic. So how we do that is we're going to go and say current transform dot get component and the component that we want to get is the rigid body and we want to go and do its is kinematic going to make it true. Okay, easy as that. So now we have to create another void, but this one's going to be private. So private void move transform around, and what we're going to put in this is going to be the current transform current transform dot position going to be equal to transform. So this transform is the player's transform, so the camera's transform dot position plus transform dot forward multiply by length. And that's where the object's going to be floating. And the last thing we want to, well, second last thing we want to do is there's another void, but this one's going to be public. So public void, and that's going to be remove transform. So this would be when you drop the when you drop the object. Okay. And what we're going to do in here is we're going to go and say if not current transform, then we want to return but if there is a current transform, then we want to go and say current transform dot get component, and we want to get the rigid body, and we're going to go and say is kinematic is going to be equal to false, so the object will actually drop to the floor, and we want to set the current transform be equal to null. So we're clearing the transform entirely. Okay, so two more things to do is the dropping off the object, and there we're just going to say remove transform. And the last thing I believe we have to do is going to be the update of the transform's position. So we're going to say if there is a current transform, then we want to go and move transform amount. Okay, and that's all I would believe. I don't think of anything else that I forgot to add. Let's quickly test this. Go back to Unity, and oh yeah, we have to add a tag. So let's create a new tag, and we're just going to call this move OBJ. Move object, and we have to go back to the script and just add the tag there, and then we go back to the player camera where the script is. The ray mask, we can just do that on everything for now. Okay, so this object. Oh yeah, got to do one more thing, and that is going to be what can I see? I remember I forgot something, but I just want to make sure what I forgot. I don't think I did forget anything. Yeah, I think I've got everything. Okay, let's try this again. Picking up object and dropping it. Picking it up and dropping it. So yeah, that is the basics of picking up objects and then dropping it. In the next video I'll decide between two things, or we can do like a cursor in the middle so that people actually know, or we can do the object rotation. So if you have picked up the object, you can rotate it around without rotating the camera, so just rotating the object. So I'll decide between those two which ones I'm going to be doing. But yeah, until next time guys, thanks for watching. If you think this was helpful, please put a thumbs up, and I'll see you all in the next video. And happy developing. Cheers guys.